Hello, students. So today we're going to look at the second day on solving rational equations. This is when you're going to have 3 or more fractions that are involved. You're going to want to have your notes, pen or pencil, and you may want a calculator today. So basically, today, this is what it's going to look like. It's going to be, you're going to have fractions, and you're going to have to find x, which is basically a box. So basically, our goal of today is to get that I have a denominator that's all the same. So you're going to have to find like denominators again. So basically, let's think here. If I have 1/7 plus blank seventh equals 5/7, well, you're probably saying, well, that's 4/7, right? We should have a 4 there. So that's how we're going to want to think this through. We're going to want to get a denominator the exact same. And then we can just deal with the numerators. So here's the very first example. I have 1/2 plus 2 over x equals 1 over x. So we need to find a common denominator. So if we use our box that we were using last time, my 2 is going to go here. So I'm going to have a 2 for one of my rows. And then it looks like an x. Can't put x below 2, but I'm going to have an x there. And I have another x. So I can put that below this x, right? So my LCD is going to be 2x. So what do I need to multiply this by? I need to multiply it by a 2x, right? So I'm going to multiply this by an x, because I still needed 2x, right? Here I just need to multiply by 2, and here I also need to multiply by 2. Notice how the denominator, just like we were doing last time, I needed a 2x. Well, what times 2x gives, or what times x gives us 2x? Well, 2, so I need to multiply the top. So we're going to now have x over 2x equals 2 times 2, 4 over 2x. Whoa, it should be a plus. There we go. Equals 1 times 2, that'll be 2 over 2x. Okay, notice how my denominators are the same. I am done. So now I need to actually just focus on the numerators. X plus 4 equals 2. Subtract 4. X equals -2. Now, before you do this, before you continue on to the next problem, check your work. Please, please, please. So we're going to get 1/2 plus 2 over -2 equals 1 over -2, right? Basically took that -2 and plugged it in. So I'd have 1/2 minus 1, because 2 over -2, that's -1, right? Over a -1/2. 1/2 minus 1, that is a -1/2. So this does check out. This one is not an extraneous solution. Let's take a look at example 2. So, very first thing, I want to factor this denominator here. That's x plus 1, x minus 1, just to rewrite it. Now, we need to find that LCD. So, what is my LCD? I notice I have an x plus 1, right? So, let's write an x plus 1. I need an x minus 1 as well. This one has nothing here, so I don't need to worry about that. So, my lowest common denominator is x plus 1 times x minus 1. So, it looks like I am missing an x minus 1 here, so I need to multiply this top by x minus 1. I have them both here. Don't need to multiply by anybody. This guy, though, he gets the royal treatment. He needs to be multiplied by everything. So, let's multiply this in. I'm going to have a 3x times an x minus 1 equals, over x plus 1, x minus 1. There we go. 12 over x plus 1, x minus 1, plus 2 times x plus 1, x minus 1, over x plus 1, x minus 1. Notice, I have the same denominator everywhere now. I can now forget about the denominator. I don't even care what it is. So now I'm going to multiply this 3x in. 3x squared minus 3x, right? Equals 12 plus Need to multiply that 2 in. So I'm going to get 2x plus 2, right, times x minus 1. Okay, fully multiply that in. 3x squared minus 3x equals 12 plus, that is 2x squared minus 2x plus 2x minus 2. So I'm going to get 3x squared minus 3x equals 12 minus 2. I can actually give that a 10, right? Save myself some room. Plus 2x squared. Notice how these two are going to cancel out, okay? So now let's move everything to the left-hand side. So I'm going to subtract the 2x squared and that 10. I'm going to get, if I move over here, 1x squared minus 3x minus 10 equals 0. Now, I need to factor this bad boy. So I have a negative 10. Let's think here. What two numbers multiply to give us negative 10? I think a negative 5 and a 2 will get me what I need, right? So I'll have x minus 5, x plus 2 equals 0. So x equals a 5 or x equals a negative 2. Let's check them both. Let's make sure they both work. So plugging in that 5, here's my check area. There we go. I have 3 times 5, that's 15. 5 plus 1, that's 6. I have 15 over 6 equals 12 over 5 squared is 25 minus 1, that's a 24, plus 2. So over here, if you add it together, we'll see you have 2.5. This is 2.5 as well, so 5 works out. If you need to work on with your actual calculator and do these problems, by all means for checking. Okay, let's try the negative 2 in. I'm going to get negative 6 over a negative 1 equals 12 over negative 2 squared, that's 4, minus 1, 3, plus 2. So I'm going to get a 6. This is 12 divided by 3, that's actually 4. 4 plus 2, that does equal 6. So negative 2 works as well. Awesome, right? Tons of work, but you know what? They do fall apart pretty quick. Here's the last example of the night. So let's first figure out what our least common denominator is, okay? Nothing here, so we don't need to worry. I have an x minus 5. Let's write that down. And then I have an x. So my lowest common denominator is x minus 5. So I'm going to multiply this guy by x minus 5. What I'm missing on the bottom? I'm missing an x. Gotta multiply by x here. I am missing an x minus 5. Okay? Now, I'm not even going to rewrite the denominator. I know for a fact I have made the denominators equal. So I'm just going to write my new top. So my new top is going to be x minus 5. So I multiply by 1, right? Minus 8x, 8 times x, equals 3x minus 15. Basically took that 3 and I distributed it in. Distribute my x, it looks like x squared minus 5x minus 8x equals 3x minus 15. X squared minus 5 minus 8, 13x equals 3x minus 15. Okay. Get to the other side. It's like the chicken across the road. Plus 15. X squared minus 16x plus 15 equals 0. Whoo! AC method. 15. Negative 15 and a negative 1 will work for us. So we're going to have x minus 15, x minus 1 equals 0. Okay, so x equals 15 and x equals 1. Those are my two answers. Not done yet. Checking. So 1 minus 8 over, we're going to check 15, so 15 minus 5, that is 10, equals 3 over 15. Technically I can make this 10 over 10, right? So that would be 2 over 5, correct? And equals 3 and 15, that would be 1 out of 5. Oh, 10 over 10, so I'd get 2 over 10, excuse me, so that'd be 1 over 5. There we go. It does check out. Wonderful. Got confuzzled there for a moment. Let's check again. So let's check the next one. 1 minus 8 over 1 minus 5, that's a negative 4, equals 3 over 1, right? So that'd be 1 minus a negative 2 equals 3, which in fact it does. So that one checks out as well. Like I said, just because these 3 examples did not have an extraneous solution, it will happen. So please, please, please be careful, tread lightly, and be very careful on these problems. And that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. See you later.